when we talk about trouble. Come in, Nunu. I ain't talking about getting into trouble. Come to this
You made a way.
I'm talking about trouble.
Now, some denominations, they put people that's part of their. Let me say some organizations have rules that they adhere to that we don't know nothing about. I used to be married, and let me know, Ferry, if I'm talking too long. But I used to be married, right? Um, when I was young, I was a Christian guy. Went to a Baptist church, and my girl was a Jehovah's Witness. I didn't know. I didn't really understand. I don't know. How serious the thing was. We went on a date. I went and picked her up. I proposed to her. I proposed to her. I think in 2020 or something. I had proposed to her, and so I'm with my fiance, right? So we went out. On Fridays you pick your girl. I don't know if men still love women around here, but on Fridays you pick your girl up and you take her out. So I took her. I think this night we went bowling. We had a good time. When I brought her home, I pulled up to the house. You know what I'm saying? Little sugar, little kiss, and then she gets out the car, go in the house. I leave. Didn't think nothing of it. The next morning, she calls me crying. Her family had moved out.
Mm.
Somebody literally moved everything out of the house. Now, let me move from that, not talk about them personally, but I want to just talk about, because I love everybody, and I'm not trying to. These is just facts for growth. So I heard that in some that the Jehovah's Witnesses will excommunicate you. So I heard, so excommunication is like, if we don't talk to her, you guys don't talk to her.
Okay.
And I guess the theory behind this is, if all of you guys leave that person alone, then maybe that person can see the error of their ways and come back, right? And then we can receive them again. I ain't saying that we believe in these things. I'm just mentioning some things. I believe that the kingdom of God should be ran like a household, like a family, man.
Yeah.
And as a father, it's gonna be very difficult, if possible, period, to turn me against my children. You know, we gotta stick together, and I this is what I believe. What you think?
I think that's another reason.
Talk, Freer.
Because it making it seem like it's a cool club to get in.
Okay.
And not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Missing the point.
What's the
like actually going there to get the word that you need, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When all this other stuff, and what this got to do with me getting my word, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to better myself.
The drama, the petty.
Yeah.
See, I think the younger, I think there's a generation, and when we say younger, we ain't really young.
Yeah.
We just meaning, not in a wheelchair. I'm just,
Okay.
I believe that in this dispensation, I just believe we different. I believe that we're different, man. I believe, you got to think, man, when you coming through a Jim Crow, a civil rights time, where, so I can see how people just coming and they just being like dumb sheep, man. They just trying to be safe, We trying to be safe from people burning up it's things happening. Now, I think this is the time of being intelligent, and you dealing with a more intelligent people. People just ain't taking. People are more intelligent, and you gotta pastor or train as if people are intelligent. Do this make sense?
Yeah.
It used to look like to me that the old dudes, we used to call them old school players. It seemed like to me they treated the females like they was a pimp. I'm just speaking from how I was raised. Them dudes from the 70s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't, and sometimes it just looked like pastors was pastoring like that to me. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I went to church. I'm talking about red hot mad, bro. I'm red hot mad.
Yeah.
Y'all got my grandmama fetching grapes. Hear the word grandmama. I'm grown. So that puts her at a certain age. I felt the way. Like, dog, y'all got my grandmama sitting around fetching water, fetching grapes.
Yeah.
It's 100 younger people in here not doing nothing. And you feel good about that. So that rubs me,
Yeah.
you know, off. So my point is, the point I'm trying to make is I believe that the back in the day, what I think is happening is people is using that old school mindset on the today's generation. And it don't fly.
That's
you know,
what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't fly. You know. Talk about it a little bit, Free. I want to hear what you.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, people got what's the words I'm looking for? They more educated now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and not just the church ain't let's be honest. It's not in the household as a whole like it used to be.
Yeah.
Pastor not coming to eat the big piece of chicken
Yeah.
at your Sunday dinner.
What you
no
doing
more.
remembering that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that type of stuff ain't happening like it used to. So,
What do you feel? I'm stuck because I don't like the fact, and this is just me talking. I don't not like it ain't how I feel about it don't matter, but it's alarming to me when you be like, man, remember a minute ago you was like, every time I think about going, my mind go back to the past, and it make me feel a way
yeah.
about going. Can a person connect with Jesus without going to church? I guess that's a question for me, but I want to throw that out there because is there a solution for a person to connect with God spiritually? And I'm not talking about a God or some, I ain't even talking, I ain't talking about the universe, I ain't talking about that super spiritual stuff. But is it possible or is it I don't know. I just wanted to throw. Can fairies be connected still? I know the answer, but I just want to talk about it.
Yeah, I think so. To be honest, like I think a lot of people doing it now. Like they might go online and get and they got their favorite pastor that they love online to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like I think so.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a Netflix kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get to watch it when you feel like it. You don't got to do it at a certain time.
Yeah.
At a certain day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think
I don't want to answer. We know the answer.
Yeah.
Is it possible to be healthy though? And think about what spiritual health is gonna be. And we talking basics. I'm not talking speaking in tongues or what we do to make you think we all of that. Let's talk about the truth of what really is being all of that. And we talking about our old school principles, old school do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Love your enemies. So is this part, is it possible to be healthy? I think I might need to pose a different question because I don't want to convict or judge. I want to conversate. So let's let's talk about the possibilities of being healthy though, spiritually healthy. And keep in mind, I'm not talking about super high dressing up with church clothes every day, the fake things that we consider to be. I'm talking about what we know. And there's some foundational things because we from Mississippi. Us being from Mississippi, we can relate when it comes to basic foundational being a good person stuff that we was taught. So let's talk about the possibilities or what would a person need that's not connected to a local church to be healthy though?
What would they be?
And
that's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? Think about because health, or ask me because I sure want to talk about it. Put it back on me.
Yeah. Because I want to see
where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I want to see where you're coming from. Then I can come back.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get transparent and I'm gonna talk about myself, right? And I might not even talk about church, but I'm just talking about real. Okay. As a man, so I'm reading this book. there's a new book that I'm reading called. Let me see. Can I pull up the title of it? They're gonna get me for. I'm not saying that this book is, you know what I'm saying, but I'm reading a book called The Way of the Superior Man by David Dita, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, coming out of a divorce, when you come out of divorce, I was married for 20 something years. So, going through a divorce, during that, I did a lot of self-examinations. I got to look at myself.
Mm-hmm.
Even coming from depression, I was suicidal. 2020, I had the pistol to my head. I was going to take my life. And so when I come out of that, you gotta stop and say, hold on, let me look at me, right? And so this book that I'm reading has caused me to look at me as a man. And this gonna make sense, right?
Okay.
So as a man, what I'm learning from this book is that I have to be more patient with a woman, right?
Mm.
Like patient, like
Yeah.
I can't be losing. The world taught me to check her. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, you got to put your foot down. That macho. But I'm learning, and so let me show you how it's important. I need to be around men. So right now I'm at this thing that I want to be around men that love their wife.
Okay.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I need to hear somebody to tell me to calm down, relax, take it, don't
Yeah.
lose your cool. So I need to be around that.
Okay.
This is what, strengthens you as a man. And the men can probably agree. You need to be around. I need to be around a company of, let's talk. Come on now. I need to be around it because you can be around the opposite, and I'm learning the opposite, which could be feminine.
Mm.
I need to be around masculine. Y'all hear me? Y'all ain't gonna like this. Come on, church. Because and we see this in the church. If you're not around, if you just spend evil communicate, if you spend a lot of time and you ain't around nobody that's because over there they telling you, no, you got to, I remember my mama told me when I was little, Zan, don't let no girl just hurt you.
Mm.
And she was talking about, and this is for grown people, she was talking about, because karate teaches us to self-control, so we control ourselves. So my mom was talking about, don't you let no girl just hurt you. She talking about literally just walk up on you, just fighting you, hitting you, and then you mess around, you hurt, trying to be a noble man. This is what she was meaning, kicking you in your groins. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm gonna leave it alone, but you don't you sit there, just, I ain't gonna hit you back. She wasn't telling me to hit him back. What she was saying is, Zan, don't let no girl sit there and hurt you.
Yeah.
When if they hit you, hit them back. That's gonna come from a certain. When you come over here, we gonna tell you, hey, ain't nothing wrong with running. Ain't nothing wrong with walking away. I need to hear a man tell me ain't nothing wrong with walking away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because this man, I want to be a man, and then this man told me ain't nothing wrong with walking away. He validated me or affirmed me. So what I'm saying is, as far as connecting to a church, you need to be around some other folk that believe in love your enemies. I need to hear that. I need to hear it. Let it go. Forgive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I need to hear it because I am an emotional person. I'm a creature of nature and a creature of habit. And so if somebody keep pushing my buttons, I'm gonna spaz out. Okay. So I need to hear a man telling me, no, son, relax. You ain't got nothing to prove. I'm just using this as an example of what the church is. Having other people that believe in we walk by faith.
Yeah.
Instead of only getting what you make, you know what I'm saying, working hard and all that. No, we walk by faith over here, not by sight. What? Oh, you need to hear it. That's all I'm saying. The good news. And I'm not taking away from TV.
Okay.
But it's something good about having a natural person. See, you at church, you with me. You be at church, you be with me. Every time you get around me, you at church. And I try to, when I come around, I don't be belligerent or crazy or nothing. I treat you like you can tell them but I try to treat you with the utmost. I do respect you, so it ain't even a try.
Yeah.
But that's church.
Okay.
In that environment, it's important to be around that environment because that
community.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so I see what you're saying.
I ain't talking religion.
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about religion.
yeah,
You know, I'm tough. Religion would have had to beat me down and make me submit to make me become religious. Y'all got to come whoop me. I'm just being real. I've been fighting since I was 3. I'm tough. I don't know nothing about religion. The scripture says the goodness of God is what won me. Not nobody sitting around telling me, I'm sorry, I'm the wrong one. It wouldn't work for me. I ain't knocking nobody else. But I do know how important from going through what I went through, and now I'm reading this book. I know how important the right kind of community is. When I call my God brother, he love his wife.
okay,
This might not mean nothing to you. I don't know if you ever been married, but what I'm saying is, dog, you can call somebody and they'll encourage you to go cheat. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You'll hit up a brother, hey, swing through. I got you. Oh, really? Swing through. They'll encourage you to cheat.
right,
They'll encourage you to gamble that your bill money. I'm just the bros. I don't. They want what they here for. I gotta
right,
pay my bill, dog. And people will kind of influence you to be a dog,
yeah, that's
quote
true.
unquote.
Yeah, true.
They'll help you, dog.
Yeah,
And so I want to be a better person. I don't want to do the things that I've done. There's some things that I've done in my past. I'm talking about over the last 15 years. I don't want to do it again. And so you need that company to kind of, if that makes sense. I ain't really, I'm just saying I'm just talking about from as a man. I need to be around masculine men.
yeah,
Imagine if I'm around just I'm trying to be a masculine man. I'm over here hanging out with a bunch of feminine men,
mm-hmm.
right? It'll rub off. I'm going to stop. We act like it won't. It'll rub. You'll find yourself, hey, cut this for it. It's so funny.
Yeah. I see what you're saying though.
Or like the world that we're in.
Uh-huh.
The world that we're in. The hip hop world, the rap world. It's like a big old gumbo, all different types of people, right? I'm gonna leave it. I ain't gonna get too deep.
Yeah,
You
I
see what
feel
I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah,
It'll make me be heading that way.
yeah.
And that's why I feel like the church is important. Most people
I see.
that don't feel like the church is important, you ain't really gave the church a chance and you're not looking at it real. You might have learned religion. And this ain't about religion. Let's just talk about you and your personal walk and making the choices and being disciplined. I need help being disciplined, man. I be wanting to slap. I'm sorry. You understand what I'm saying? I'm a savage without Jesus. And
I
so
see.
I need to be around that community of believers. And I ain't talking about the fake. I don't know nothing about them. And when I say fake, I'm talking about the judgmental, judging you, looking down on you. I don't know nothing about none of them.
Yeah.
Because on purpose, I ain't fooling with you.
Okay.
I'm not fooling with them, period. I look at them as the devil.
Okay, but what about when those are the people that's in charge though?
Of the church
The
or
church.
of an auxiliary?
Just the church, like that's the you don't want it. You might not like this deacon or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
Give me, okay. You don't like,
some of the higher up
okay.
members.
You want to love everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I could never sit in a church under a leader that I don't respect.
Mm.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with finding another community. Does that make sense? Let me give you an
Yeah.
example. I lived in the hood, 24 place in Burleigh. They'll rob you, they shooting up your house.
Yeah.
I'm moving out the hood, doc. Sometimes these churches
Okay.
at the hood, doc.
Yeah.
Huh? Ain't
Yeah.
it time to move?
Yeah.
It's time to move.
So like you just say like every church ain't the same. That's what you
They
say.
not the same.
Okay.
Every church
Okay.
not the same.
Yeah.
And then as you personally learn God,
Uh-huh.
um, where I'm at right now in my walk, I don't expect humans to be nothing but humans.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If I wasn't a pastor, I don't expect a pastor to teach me the word. I'm gonna be real. I study the word myself.